Alright, on today's video, we got something new in from Sunwayfoto. Let's get this opened up and see what's in the box. Alright, so when this shows up, it is wrapped in plastic. Looks like it's got some pretty nice packaging. Let's get this off of here. Alright, we'll open up this end here, and that's everything in the box. We've got a bag here that's wrapped in plastic. Really nice packaging. So what we got here comes in a very nice carrying case. And let's make sure we don't have anything else in here. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of stuff in here. We'll go over this here in a minute. And here we have our tripod. It's about 18 degrees out right now, so let's go in the house and talk about this. All right, we're back in the studio, and what I wanted to do is open this up because this is where all the extras that come with this tripod when you buy it are at. We do get a QR plate, and this is an SP60. We've also got a bag of Allen wrenches, a bushing, there's a cleaning cloth in here. We've also got our stainless steel spikes, and we'll get into these in a second. We've got another set of Allen wrenches and another bushing. And a lot of this stuff I'm not going to be using for my applications, but quite a few extra parts. And then you do have the user manual. Shows you all the adjustments with the ball head, which we're going to get into. So now that's everything that comes in the bag. Now let's talk about the bag a little bit. So you do have this extra storage compartment. You got the main compartment. Seems to be pretty good quality and very well built. Like the zippers on it. There's quite a bit of padding in here for the tripod itself. You do have a shoulder strap here and a carry handle. So you got multiple ways to carry this. You've also got this clip out here on the end if you want to clip something extra to this bag while you're carrying it. So the bag seems to be very well designed. Now when you get these Sunwayfoto tripods, your model number and everything will be here on a sticker. This is the T2830CS, and this is a carbon fiber tripod. And all the tripods that you get from Sunwayfoto will have this sticker on here with the model number. Now this particular model that I have came with the SM76 clamp. Now this is for clamping down your rifles, and as you can see it opens up pretty wide, and it will clamp down to some of the thinnest handrails that you have on your gun. But what I want to do, we're going to break this video up into two parts because I really like this tripod and I want to kind of get a little in depth with it. So what we're going to do here in this first video is we're just going to kind of talk about this tripod from a content creator's perspective or a photographer or videographer. In the second video, we're going to dive back into this, get this out to the range, and actually use it for shooting. Okay, one thing I want to talk about here, I do have the clamp back on it. Now this particular model, like I said, came with the clamp and the tripod. And as you can see, it does fit perfectly in the bag. So there's not any issues putting them both together, which we're going to dive into in the next video, because if you're carrying this for a hunting application, you will be able to mount your clamp before you leave to go on your hunt, and it will all fit in this bag. And obviously without the clamp on there, it's going to fit in this bag with no problem at all. Now the one thing that I don't know, if you buy just the tripod without the clamp, if the bag is going to be a little bit smaller, that I can't tell you, because this is the bag that came with the tripod and clamp combo. Alright, I want to start talking about the ball head here. So this is fixed on the tripod. And if you look here, there is a clamp here. You swing this out, and this thing is very smooth. So, you know, you can tilt it all the way down on an angle like that. You got it straight up, and you can spin it anywhere you want it. And as soon as you get this adjusted right where you want it, lock that down, and it does not move, which is going to come in very handy in the next video when we talk about the weight capacity of this and putting heavier rifles on this tripod. So this is a super awesome design right here, and it's just butter smooth how it spins. Now the next thing I want to get into is the mount itself. What I really like about this is the mount that it comes with, and you want to loosen this up, slide that in just like that, and you clamp it down. The other nice thing is you can fine adjust this, so if we want a little bit tighter on here, you can kind of turn this and fine tune that as tight as you want that to go. The other reason that I really like this style of mount that it uses is because I have two of these tripods. Now these are my small rig. I've done a review on these on the channel. This is what I use to pretty much film all my content at the range. And these are the plates that it comes with. And what I really like about these, they've got a little thing I can flip here, tighten this up to whatever camera I want to use. But if we look, now these are a little smaller, but in this situation what we need to do with these, we tighten that a little bit and we clamp it down. And now I can use my mounts from my small rig tripods with the Sunwayfoto tripod. Now this tripod is completely constructed out of carbon fiber and aluminum. And why is that a big deal? Because this tripod only weighs 2.9 pounds. And when you're carrying a lot of camera gear, or you're going to be using this for a hunting application, the less weight you got to carry, the better. Now, being that this is carbon fiber and aluminum and very well constructed, this thing can hold a payload of 40.1 pounds. All right, we're going to move down here to the bottom of the legs, and this is another super awesome design on this. So what we do is turn these, and you turn them very little. That's completely locked right there. Just twist them about like that, and super smooth on the extension on these legs. Now this is something else that I really like, because a lot of tripods don't do this. So let's say we loosen this up, okay, and we can pull that. Now we move to here, you can turn this, and now you can extend that section of leg. Now why is that important? Because a lot of tripods, once you loosen this up, and then you go to loosen your next lock up to extend the bottom part of your leg, this is just going to sit and spin. Now let me grab this, and as you can see, you can't turn this. So no matter what extension you're working with, if you just want to extend this out or this, you can still grab your next lock for your lower leg extension and turn that without this spinning inside of this section of leg. Now as far as our leg spikes go, we're not going to get into that until part 2, because this is probably going to get used more in a hunting application than it is in a filming application. But as you can see here, these spin off and they're very tight, which is a good thing, because on a lot of tripods, especially my small rigs, I have to check the feet on my tripod quite a bit, because these do loosen up as they're riding down the road in my truck. I don't think that's going to be an issue with these. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before we move down to the reloading room where we can get up close with this are adjusting your leg angles. Now, there's 3 leg level adjustments, and we'll talk about that when we get to the reloading room. But to adjust our legs, so if we look here, we're locked out. We're going to push back a little bit, and there's our second angle. And it locks up nice and solid. And you pull it again, and you can take it out to your next adjustment. And the nice thing is, when you go to fold this back up, you'll hear that click. There's your next one. And now we're completely folded up, ready to transport it. But these are really nice adjustments on here. All right, we're down here in the reloading room, and I needed a little more space to show you some more features on the Sunwayfoto tripod. And I also have the small rig down here. So we have a con to talk about when it comes to this tripod versus this one for content creation. And that would be, this tripod has the ability to extend the legs out, and you also have the ability to raise your camera up and down. So if you need to fine tune that height adjustment, you have the ability with this, and you don't have that with this. But the trade-off to that is, this is a hunting tripod, and this is not. I would not want to raise this up and trust this tripod with a gun on top of it. So if you're strictly going to be doing filming, this is more of a tripod that you would want, which Sunwayfoto also has tripods like this available, but this would make a terrible tripod to use for hunting. Now, one of the biggest reasons I wanted to come down here and have a little more room is so we can talk about the different degrees of angle we have with this tripod. And I'm going to put those down at the bottom of the screen. So here is our going from our closed position to our open position. And then we have this as our next angle. So we'll sit this here, and you can see how low we are getting. And then we have one more adjustment on this, so we can turn this. And now we can go down this low with this. So now if you're trying to get a really low shot down on the ground and you're trying to keep that camera as stable as possible, we're getting down really, really low here. And also, when we get out to the range, we'll talk about this shooting from the prone position. But I've never really seen too many tripods that can get down this low to the ground. Now, as far as height goes, you have 2 adjustments here. We're all the way out. And then we'll turn this and go all the way out. And we are going to have a very hard time probably getting that all on camera. But this tripod extends out pretty far. And I'll put those dimensions down at the bottom of the screen. And I'll also roll in a picture of what this looks like fully extended. Now, I know this video is getting kind of long, so we're going to cut it here because, like I said, we're going to take it out to the range in part 2 and actually use it to shoot off of. My final thoughts on, does this make a great tripod for content creation? It's not your best option due to the fact that you cannot raise this part up and down. But what I will say is, if you're going to be using this for a hunting tripod and you're also filming your hunt or doing content creation during that hunt, then this thing's going to be pretty hard to beat. Now, I'm going to do a little research and see if they actually make an ARCA to like an extension adapter to where you could adjust up and down. I'm sure they do. They have a lot of stuff on their website, and we'll talk about that in the next video. But all in all, this is a really awesome tripod. And one thing we haven't discussed yet, this tripod's not cheap. It's pretty expensive. We're talking a little over $200 for a tripod. Now, a lot of you are going to be sitting there saying, well, I can get on Amazon and get one for 50 bucks, or I can go to Walmart and get one for 30 or $40. So here's the thing, when you're mounting rifles on this that are thousands of dollars, you definitely want a nice steady platform underneath of your rifle. And the same goes with cameras. Two of my cameras that I use for creating content are over $1,000 each. Cell phones nowadays are running 1,200 bucks. So investing $200 to $250 in a tripod, that's not a real bad idea when you're trying to protect your rifles that are thousands of dollars or your camera equipment that's super expensive. So go check out Sunwayfoto. I am an affiliate with them now. I do have a discount code. I'll put that at the bottom of the screen. It'll save you 5%. But they have a lot of stuff on that website, and they pretty much have anything when it comes to tripods and accessories for cameras and now rifles. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.